Elden Ring's constructs are animate entities made of stone or metal, powered by enchantment. Each of them was built for a purpose, which they continue to fulfill long after their maker's disappearance. In today's video, we'll examine them in detail and rank them from smallest to largest. Let's begin. Imps are small stone golems, commonly found in burial catacombs. They typically fight using forked weapons and have a propensity for cunning tactics. There are several imp variants, which can be distinguished by the shape of their heads. Like a few other constructs, they were built using tools made of crystal. This explains why crystal darts cause them to malfunction, making them turn on each other. Erdtree burial was a sacred rite to the Lands Between's inhabitants, whose remains were transported to the Erdtree's roots upon death. As such, burial catacombs are highly guarded places, featuring traps and all manner of elaborate defenses to ward off intruders. The task of guarding them was left to constructs, which makes sense, considering they don't need food or sleep, unlike human guards. Interestingly, imps are also found in the Land of Shadow, suggesting they might predate Marika's Golden Order. These are called big-mouth imps, said to be fashioned after a dragon, and once served as artillery on battlefields. The imps' origins ultimately remain unclear, though they were likely built by the ancient Rao civilization, then later repurposed by the Golden Order to guard their catacombs. Sentry Stones are one of the most curious entities in the Lands Between. They are made of rounded rocks, held together by gravity magic, the top one featuring a singular eye. Most of them are found crawling around Evergaols, behaving like passive earthworms. At night, their eyes beam bright purple light, possibly while acting as power sources for the Evergaols. Another variant are curled in piles and will explode when approached. The ones in Caelid might have been placed there as tactical landmines, guarding the elevator to Nokron. There's also those in Stone Coffin Fissure that shoot laser beams on sight. Interestingly, stone sentries can drop ruin fragments, which crumbled from Farumazula. Maybe they're sentient lithoids, originating from meteors that crashed down from outer space. Alternatively, maybe they were built by people with an affinity for gravity magic, such as Celia's sorcerers. Marionette soldiers are automatons, built and controlled by sorcerers. They're proficient with several weapon types, such as spears, swords, and bows, making use of their forearms to overwhelm opponents. Many of them operate on behalf of scholars of Raya Lucaria. They guard the academy, positioned on rooftops, presumably in case of an aerial attack. Others dwell throughout Liurnia, hinting at past battlefields. Judging from their locations on the map, Marionette soldiers likely participated in several known conflicts, such as the Liurnian Wars, as well as the siege of Mount Gelmir. Additionally, they're often located in places formerly inhabited by sorcerers, such as Celia and various rise towers. They probably acted as bodyguards for sorcerers who were away on expeditions, such as Count Ymir, who likely arrived in the Land of Shadow alongside the Carian contingent of Messmer's army. Nightreign features a talking marionette known as the Iron Menial, who shares some insight into his backstory.
I began as one among many, a single cog in a great machine of war. But then I was selected for modification, to become proficient in the field of housekeeping. It did not proceed entirely as expected. I was tossed away, only to wake up here.
Whoever its original owner was, they weren't satisfied with its housekeeping capabilities and threw it away. Maybe this explains why the Lands Between's marionettes all serve as guards or soldiers. Gravebirds are avian golems created to guard spirit graves in the Land of Shadow. According to legend, they were crafted to be kindred of the Deathbirds, which explains their appearance and their ability to spout ghost flame. The fact that they're referred to as golems could suggest they were created by the Rao civilization. Their design also resembles patterns on verdigris armor, further linking them to the Rao era. The gravesite plain was once the geographical center of the Lands Between, where all manner of death washed up prior to the Erdtree's foundation. Whoever built the suppressing pillar might also have built gravebirds, considering how they're perched into the surrounding architecture. In all likelihood, this region was considered a sacred graveyard of the Rao civilization, who created the gravebirds to guard it. In more recent times, it seems the Hornsent might have adopted similar customs, as gravebirds can be found inside Belurat and Enir-Illim. Graven Masses are spheres composed of petrified human faces, created from living beings and described as the seed of stars. In combat, they can release a purple mist or fire magic projectiles high into the air, which then rain down on their foes. Their existence results from an ancient school of magic, known as the primeval current of glintstone sorcery. Under the Carian royals, this discipline became outlawed, and its founding masters were banished from the academy. Sorceress Selen, also known as the Graven Witch, attempted to revive its practice in recent times, and was also exiled as a result.
If you recall, I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria. It was for attempting to restore the primeval current of glintstone sorcery. The toothless pedantry peddled by the Carian royal family can rot for all I care. I want glintstone sorceries that open our minds, unbound by terrestrial taboos. No matter what we give in return.
Should the Tarnished decide to help Sellen to the end of her quest line, she eventually transforms into a Graven Mass herself. Burial watchdogs are living statues resembling caped animals, with hunched bodies and cat-like tails. They rule the Erdtree Catacombs and command the Imps in combat. The most common variant use great swords, while others wield glintstone staffs, which produce magic. Item descriptions emphasize their age. They're described as battered and broken over their lengthy tenure, and their great swords have been pillaged by grave robbers. It's therefore likely that they predate the Golden Order's foundation. Maybe their catacombs were linked to a pre-existing great tree, which became the Erdtree. Abductor virgins are deadly contraptions affiliated with the Volcano Manor, designed with the intent of capturing victims for interrogation. They resemble tall humanoid figures with long arms and a large chest cavity. Their design is inspired from Iron Maidens, a torture device believed to have existed in the Middle Ages. Their weapons are fashioned after cruel instruments of war, such as Inquisitor Giza's wheel. As a member of the Manor's recusants, Patches shares some insight about them.
Have you ever seen an Iron Virgin? The clunky contraptions are whirlwinds of sickles and spiked wheels. But long ago, they were endowed with a spell of transposition. And get this, a surviving virgin sits at the bottom of the big water wheel in the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Its transpositional powers fully intact. So right, if you get caught in it on purpose, it'll chuck you out straight at the base of the Erdtree. Or so I'm told.
Though the majority have lost their powers of transposition, their present locations on the map hint at Rykard's past actions. Golem Smiths are faceless constructs, laboring away in the underground forges of the realm of shadow. They are sluggish figures clad in brown aprons, with wisps of hair protruding from various parts of their bodies. They're powered by red glintstones housed at the base of their spines, which are their only weak points. In ancient times, smithing was considered a divine act, and blacksmiths imbued weapons with souls. These golems might be responsible for building many of the other constructs seen throughout the lands between, their exceptional craftsmanship having stood the test of time. Their origins are most likely tied to the Rao civilization, or perhaps to the fire giants, who possessed a fiery forge atop the mountains. Merciless Chariots are large constructs that race along fixed tracks at high speed, trampling those brave enough to wander into heroes' graves. They are impervious to direct damage, but can be destroyed through specific means, such as dropping colossal fire pots from above or forcing them into collision. The chariot's riders depict tree sentinels, a prestigious order of knights to which all defenders of the Erdtree aspire. In times of old, faith and battle were synonymous to each other. As such, Erdtree sentinels aren't just elite warriors, but also symbols of the Golden Order's spiritual rites. It makes sense, then, for them to guard the remains of ancient heroes, celebrated for their deeds. Valiant gargoyles are one of the most lethal constructs in Elden Ring. Their attack patterns reveal a high degree of expertise in the art of battle, allowing them to seamlessly swap weapons mid-combo. Their bodies and weapons were mended with corpse wax, a substance described as a patchwork of champions that can also be seen on Astel's mandibles and sealing many of Leindel's structures. Looking at them closely, a fascinating detail stands out. They seem to have a dual face, not unlike Ranni's, which is particularly noticeable on the damaged variants. Maybe they're made of twin souls fused together, drawing on an especially prevalent concept in Elden Ring lore. Most gargoyles are found in Lendel, guarding the city from intruders. One of them can be seen praying in front of an Erdtree sapling, a behavior which hints at a degree of sentience on their part. Another variant are servants of Malekith, known as Black Blade Kindred. They guard the bestial sanctum, as well as the lift that leads to the mountaintops. Unlike the common variant of gargoyles, these ones can use the power of corpse wax, which bears a strong similarity to the destined death status effect. There are no gargoyles in the realm of shadow, suggesting they were built after the foundation of the Golden Order. Guardian golems are giant stone warriors, originally built to protect the ancient Rao civilization. Long after their maker's disappearance, they continue to stand watch over their ancient ruins, found throughout many regions. Fire and lava can be seen glowing at their core, presumably acting as their power source. In battle, they use massive halberds and great bows, wielding them with relative speed and agility for their size. When the Golden Order became the dominant empire in the lands between, they presumably took control of the Rao's remaining infrastructure, such as the Divine Towers and the main road that goes through Lendel. This also extended to the Guardian Golems, who now guard key structures of the House of the Erdtree, like the Lift of Dectus. Many of them are also seen in the mountaintops, maybe because they fought in the war against the giants. Furnace golems are massive constructs made from thorny metal rods, perpetually burning with blazing infernos. Their design was meant to frighten the Hornsent, who feared the fell god of the fire giants. This was conveyed through their masks, as well as the fire giant hair hanging from their waist and knees. Their cage-like bodies contain countless charred corpses, probably those of fallen Hornsent, or others who were stripped from the grace of gold. When Messmer invaded the Hornsent lands, he led a massive army against Belurat. His troops rampaged through the city, including several furnace golems seen in the story trailer. This explains the level of destruction seen in Belurat, as well as in smaller Hornsent villages throughout the Land of Shadow. Long after Marika's abandonment of Messmer and his troops, furnace golems still patrol these regions, guarding places with key strategic value. If you enjoy my content, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.